is getting tougher and tougher to meet somebody. Now, you are judged on the screen of a telephone without even knowing anything about you. And so, way tougher. It's really winners take all. If you've got a good photograph, you got the world in your palm of your hand. I wouldn't stand a chance.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Oh, I think you're handsome. I think you could take a good picture. Let me see.
This is my like Burberry pose when I'm posing, Sears catalog.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my comfy couch. So as we've been doing these segments on how I knew she was the one, right now we are going all the way to Southern England. I have a very special guest on the line. John, say hi.
Hi.
I'm so glad to have you, John. I know you've been watching our show pretty much like from the beginning, right?
Pretty much, quite the fan.
And I know Thaddeus is your man, right?
Oh, the man. I think it, he says it.
You see, exactly. So I want to thank you for being on today because, John, you've been married for how long now?
Oh, okay. Why do you ask a man that sort of a question? Come on. Well, look, we've been together for about 34 years. So can I say over 30 years?
Yes,
is that
yes, that is perfect. And I'm so glad to see that still exists, right? The viewers
oh,
here,
yeah.
we want to.
And can I say, strong as ever, strong as ever.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
love.
I can't get rid of her.
Have you tried?
No.
No, that's awesome, John. So tell me, John, what's her name for us, please?
Jocelyn.
Okay, so Jocelyn. All right. All right.
Yeah.
So tell me, how did you guys meet?
Oh, right. Okay. Now, Jocelyn, well, she's not from this planet. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
So we were at a party with this group of people that were from this other place, and they allotted Jocelyn to look after the white boy. She had to go and get him drinks, and okay, and she had to go and get him beers and get him food and things like this, and so she had to be there to entertain him because they were all speaking in their own tongue. So with that, we got on very well, and we went out on a couple of dates. They were very sort of loosey-goosey type get together, like over coffee. It wasn't hard on, flowers, and chocolates, nothing like that. And we just, grew together.
So where is she from?
Oh, I find it so interesting. She was born in the Philippines, but she's not very Filipino. I mean, when people from the Philippines talk to her, you see their faces go like, why are you talking with that accent? Why don't you understand some of these words? Because she was brought up more in Barcelona, in Spain.
Wow.
So more Spanish than Filipina. And we go down there a lot because it's a place she knows very well. And we have a house down, 2 hours outside of Barcelona. And then she moved to Toronto in Canada and met this very young, handsome Englishman. No clues, okay?
God, you too funny. Okay, so I'm guessing you both spoke, I guess, English at the time. You were able to communicate, right?
Absolutely. I had no clue on Spanish, but since buying the home down there, I've had to catch on really quick.
Oh.
And now it's all the Spanish people to look at me and go, my Spanish is just so bad. Do you speak Spanish?
No, I don't actually.
Okay.
So I'm sure you.
Florida?
Yeah, I am in Florida.
How do you buy groceries?
I know, right? Some parts of Florida, it really, is a challenge. But where I'm at, it's totally fine. I don't have an issue here. So I've
Oh,
got a
right.
so tell me, so you said at first you guys went on a couple of coffee dates. How did it turn
Yeah.
into like a whole marriage? Like at what point were you like, okay, this is a woman that I want to marry? Do you remember what was it about her? At what point did you decide that?
Well, there's two ways of answering that. I could say, well, I was young, I needed the money. It was no, we okay, all right. That's not the truth. Oh, eesh. No, it's just I think relationships are a little bit more transactional than you're giving it. It's. Not all Walt Disney.
Mm.
We grew together, and to this day we're sort of interdependent, if you will. One day we're going to lose one is going to lose the other, and it will hurt our dependency on the other person a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. You've got to think of these things, but it's all good. It's all good as long as we got each other today. We wouldn't
oh,
any other way.
oh. So you think it just happened, like somehow you guys just, became so wrapped up in each other and the wedding part and the marriage just like happened? There wasn't like a defining moment where it was like, okay, she did this or this happened, so yeah, she's the one?
No, I'm going to go even further than that. I don't believe there is a one. I
Mm.
believe, yeah, sorry, I'm going against the grain here a little bit, but I believe that you find somebody and you grow together with them. It's yeah, it's not all rainbows and everything like that. Uh, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I can put up with a lot. This okay. Let's do it another way. Dr. Phil, you got him over on your TV. He makes it on YouTube quite a bit, so we feel like we know him as well. And he had a young lady on there with loads of what she wanted from a relationship and from a man and all this. Well, for me, and I think most men, we work the other way. We work what we don't want. We don't want an alcoholic. We don't want anybody with an addiction like drug or even prescription drug. You work your way up from the nasties, somebody who's violent, things of that nature, up to the things that you can accept. And for me, Jocelyn's well within those, and from the rest we can build on.
Oh,
Yeah. So I'm
that's
sorry to be so cold about it or heartless about it, but yes, we do love each other dearly, but it didn't happen overnight. It's a slow and gradual process of just finding what each other it means to each other. Does that make sense?
yes, it does. It does.
Yes.
So so was there how has the journey been? Like, was there any point where you're like, okay, maybe I made the wrong decision, maybe she's not, who I should be with? Or
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Yeah?
I must drive her crazy. She must have those every day, I'm sure. Yes. But no, I think it's more a case of, like I say, I must drive the hell out of her. She'll do that to me. I would say we do have an argument. It's about once every 2 years. We blast it out, and that's it. And we look at each other and we say, if this is going to be for the next hour, that's an hour of our life that has been wasted. And I'm
Mm.
prepared to forgo an hour of my life for being angry at you. So let's put this to bed. Back to where we were.
Oh, John, that's amazing.
And her response is, yeah, can you give me a couple? And that's it. It's game on.
Oh,
Game on. Yeah, I know. I know.
I love it, John.
Oh, that's why I'm so keen on internet, on going through systems about relationships, because I feel so confident in my own. I feel
Oh,
so, you know, um, so at ease at being in a relationship. It's no hardship to me.
Ooh, so do you think it's because of the kind of people the two of you are? Or do you think that, what do you think keeps you guys together as opposed to others when you see that? Are the divorce rates like they are here in the US? Like, are they like 50 and over?
Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Yes.
So what do you think keeps you guys together as opposed to others?
Well, it's the interdependency that we are way better being together than we are being alone. Way
Mm.
better. There is so much. I mean, like I say, we have a house in Spain. If she wanted to go tomorrow, she could jump on that plane and be down in Spain in a couple of hours. She's got a house that will be hers, no problem. We've got it so easy for splitting up. But would we split up? Oh, over her dead body. She would. Oh, she would get a little bit nasty with you if you started to say, "Oh, John's seeing another woman," or you should leave John, or something like that. She'll rip your face off. She won't have. Oh yes. Oh
Ooh.
yeah. No, that all kind and loving and give me a cuddle, but if it's anything that's going to be put between us, oh, like a cat.
Wow, so she protects what you guys have, huh?
Well, she very much so. Yeah. For me, I'm just sort of a laid back guy, and nothing's going to come between us. I'm determined to stay in for the long haul. It's just the way I'm built. But I think a lot of guys, nah, maybe I'm different, but no, I think a lot of guys.
A lot of guys are like that?
I think so. I think they'd rather be in a relationship. They'll take a little bit of abuse. If it starts to go, a bit of a borderline where they're going over the edge, then it's adios muchachos. It's hard. but yeah, no, most guys they're into. I think the long haul.
Wow, so do you think it's not working out because of us?
Well,
Is that what you're trying to say?
You talked about statistics.
Uh-huh.
You know what the statistics are for divorce in the US?
Tell me.
85% are because of the women.
Now, when you say because of the women, it's because it's their fault or they're initiating the divorce? What is it?
You're quite right. You're quite right. It's because they initiate the divorce. Now
And
you could say, well, maybe the guy's cheating, but then why would a guy cheat? I mean, I'm gonna cheat. Possibly, I know now, no, but in my time, no, I've, I've, I've won, so no point in going on for anything else.
but do you think most guys are like you, John?
Now I'm weird, actually. I'm really quite,
Yeah.
bit of a fruit loop, really. Yeah, fair play to you. Yeah.
So
You,
the
you
couples that
pulled
you've
that pretty
seen,
quick. Sorry?
so the couples that you've seen, have you been around couples that haven't made it? Like, do you have some sentiments about the people that don't make it as to why that is?
Right, various people, various reasons.
Mhm.
And I also would like to add, I've met people that I've thought, hey, you guys shouldn't be together. You should jack it in now, But it's
Mhm.
various people for various reasons.
Okay.
But it is getting tougher and tougher to meet somebody. I really, really do appreciate that. That it was bad enough for me, in my time, but because we were known as you were judged at 10 paces. In other words, the woman would make her decision about you when she was 10 steps away from you.
Before even meeting you.
Correct. But
Mhm.
now you are judged on the screen of a telephone without
Mm.
even knowing anything about you. And so,
Yeah.
way tougher. It's really winners take all. If you've got a good photograph, you got the world in your palm of your hand. But at least we had a chance. We could walk up to a young lady and say something and possibly turn it around. But nowadays, I wouldn't stand a chance. Wouldn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Well,
yeah.
I think you're handsome. I think you could take a good picture. Let me see. Let me see.
This is my like Burberry pose when I'm posing, you know, Sears catalog.
God, you're too funny. So, so if you did have any kind of advice to give to men who are single, thinking about they want to get married, do you have any?
No, sorry, no, no. Really, I say don't think about getting married till you're about 28. Then forget about it. No,
John, really?
okay. You've heard about passport bros, is that right?
No, what's a passport, bro? Is that like a travel buddy?
No, no. It's Afro American gentlemen choosing to go to foreign climes like Thailand, Dominican Republic, Brazil, to find love life, to find a partner. It's not to do with sex or anything like that. We're talking long-term partner. Yeah, they're called passport bros.
Wow, so that's your advice for
Um,
single men who are
it's
trying to
worth
get married?
considering. It's worth considering.
Oh, wow. Okay.
When when it's like this, with a swipe, there's a lot of people like me that wouldn't stand a chance,
Oof.
and we just don't cut it.
So what about in real life? Like if they don't do online dating, but they actually start approaching women more in real life. What do you think about that?
That's called harassment.
What?
Oh yeah,
Approaching a woman is harassment?
oh yeah.
John.
What do you think harassment laws are there for?
Why is it harassment now? It wasn't harassment before.
It wasn't, because they were talking about the more handsome gentleman.
Oh
And
boy.
the middle of the road, and below, yeah. I mean, we got whole new classes of men now. Have you heard of incel?
Yes, I have actually. I want to do an
Have,
episode about that.
yeah, have you heard of hikikomori?
No.
Okay, there's a one step down from incel.
Hmm.
I want to consider them as part of your thing that you're doing. Incels function in society. They have jobs, they go out to work. Hikikomori, no, they don't so much. They live in their Mars basement and they generally don't come out. They might work part time. Incels are generally on the radar. They have national, what do you call them? I'm sorry, I'm going to have to use the British word, national insurance numbers. Do you know what I mean by this?
Like,
The right, the right to work.
uh-huh. Okay, okay, yes.
What would you call it?
I think what maybe like social security numbers?
Right.
Like, yes.
Social security number. Incels generally have social security numbers. Hikikomori don't. They don't. They're under the radar.
Mm.
And unfortunately, they are growing in the US, especially. Need I say, this is leading Japan. I expect you've heard about these people that sit in their Mars basement and play video games. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the subculture of incel. That is hikikomori.
Hmm. And just to clarify, the incel is involuntary celibacy, right? They're not
That's right.
getting any. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big, yeah, like you're saying, it's growing and it's something that's definitely needs to be addressed, right?
Well,
Um,
both incel and hikikomori are growing.
mhm.
Hikikomori taking the bottom levels of incel.
Oh my goodness. Wow, this is a big
It's
thing,
not
John.
pretty out there. It's not pretty. And
Whew.
that's why, I talked about from the outset interdependency.
Yes.
You can see how lucky I am. I don't overlook that. Or lucky I am, lucky I have been, whichever way you want to put it.
Wow. Well, thank you again, John, for being on the show.
No, it's been my pleasure.
Okay, and everybody, we'll see you next time on My Comfy Couch. Toodles!
Yeah, bye.